Alright boys, Ford Focus and Fiesta air induction cleaning. Here is a kit I bought from Ollie's today for $7.99. You hook it up to a vacuum line, it goes into the intake, which I will show you, and run the engine, and it'll clean it, and there's a tank additive. I'm not sponsored by Ollie's. That is a good place to find some bargains sometime though. FYI, if you would rather get something like this, this will work just as well. Apologies ahead of time, there may be some wind noise. This is what you put in the tank, fuel injector cleaner. And this is what you'll put in the vacuum hose. If you're using the same or a similar kit, this is what attaches to the top of this aerosol can here, intake system cleaner. This does not appear to be easy fuel compatible, so you'll need to get your clear funnel that comes in the trunk on these Focuses and Fiestas and stick it in here. I do not have one of those clear funnels with me to show you, so this is just going to go into my truck. I have popped this onto the aerosol can, that hose here. Alright guys, on a Focus, well, either way, you want to locate the mass airflow sensor. Do not insert the cleaner before that. You want to go after that, between the mass air sensor and the throttle body. On a Fiesta, I'm going to disconnect the hose here and spray in here with the engine running, which I'll go over more detail here in just a second. On a Focus, there's also a breather hose right here. You just need to push on a leg to release it. I've got multiple videos on how to do that if you need help. Anyway, this is a Fiesta. I went ahead and disconnected this hose right here. Okay. I have inserted the hose into this other hose here, so it is now ready to spray. But first I need to start the engine and get the engine speed at about 1,000 RPM. This is where having a buddy would come in handy. I have not started spraying the fuel cleaner yet. This is normal idle, about 750 RPM, so I need to raise that up somehow. You can utilize a stick, fine tune if necessary, pull back. Just spray it gently at first. Wait for the O2 sensor to compensate for the different air-fuel mixture, and then you can start spraying it faster. It may want to stall on you, so just be gentle at first. Whew. Try to keep the idle steady. Once you've emptied the contents of the can, you can go ahead and pull the stick out or have your buddy release the throttle pedal. At this point, once the cleaner's been in there, you can rev the engine a few times, and if there's any dislodged carbon, it'll pull it out and put it through the exhaust. You can also go for a ride, do some hard acceleration a few times just to further dislodge any carbon there. But at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and remove this and reconnect the hose. Okay, that's reconnected. Get this out of here. If you have chosen to use something like this, you can spray that into this hose as well here. Same spots, same scenario, just follow the same directions for that. I don't think I'm personally going to recommend this kit here, Motor Medic, because it only got about half that out of there. It's really gummy and got to my hands and stuff like that. This might be a better choice here for you. But yeah, there's still at least half that in there, and it just ran out of the aerosol. Wouldn't put out any pressure anymore. But yeah, that's just a basic rundown here. You hold the RPM up to about 1,000 RPM, and you spray that in there, and that's going to go in and clean the back of the intake valves and the tops of these pistons. And putting the tank additive in will help clean the injectors. Also would be a good time to replace your air filter if you haven't done that yet, or done that in a while. On a Focus, you have 4 8mm screws that hold it down. On a Fiesta, you have 4 Torx 25s right there, holding the air filter down. I can link that below as well, air filters for each car. I do think I'll go ahead here and use that CRC cleaner as well, since the first one didn't work out too well. Oh yeah, this stuff seems to be doing a much better job coming out of the can. There we go. Now I can just take my time and work this in. Just give little spurts like that. Don't let the idle get too low. You don't want to hydrolock the engine. Alright, I've ran most of that can through here. I've got everything hooked back up and go wash my hands. Then I'm going to go for a drive. Hood is closed down. Let's go for a ride. Don't freak out if you've got a check engine light on. You just may need to reset a code that was set during this procedure. On the post-road test, I'm noticing a slight smell of carbon burning off out of the exhaust. That's normal. And I'm going to go ahead and do some high throttle accelerations to further dislodge any remaining carbon and work the cleaner through. Get the rest of the cleaner out of the intake manifold if there's any pulled up. You don't want any of that cleaner to stay in there. It might, you know, if you've got a big pool of cleaner in there still and you go to drive it, it could go into the cylinder and hydrolock it. So you just want to be safe and make sure all the cleaner's out. And by doing that, you can drive the vehicle hard. If you start to hear a lot of spark knock or something like that, just be a little easier on it. You may need to slowly drive it and let it work that cleaner through. Alright, and just another heads up here, if you have a Focus that is direct injection, so I recommend slowly running that whole can of intake valve cleaner through it. I just used about half a can on this because this is port injection, so I don't suspect there to be a lot of debris stored in the intake valves. And I also had run about half of that other kit through it as well, so that's why I only ran half through this. I do still smell the cleaner burning off a residue through the exhaust, so I'm going to keep driving it for about 5 or 10 more minutes, and then return, come back home, verify no check engine lights come on. If so, I'll clear the codes out, and I'll also double check that the hoses are still connected onto the engine that I took off, make sure they didn't fall off or anything like that. Just give it a good once over there. I think I'm going to go ahead and say what I recommend is that CRC cleaner for induction, and for tank additive I would recommend Cataclean with fuel injection cleaning built into it if you can find that. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but Cataclean is designed to clean catalytic converters as well, and if you have dislodged carbon that went into the cat and is gumming up the catalytic converter, that's going to aid in dissolving that and cleaning the cat out. Otherwise, you could end up with a PO 430 from this this procedure here. PO 420, PO 430. Well, on your engine, it's going to be a PO 420. This is for a Focus and Fiesta, after all. Okay. The car is starting to feel like it's running smoother, and maybe even has a little more response to it as well. So this is definitely a worthwhile thing to do, especially on a Focus where you have direct injection and the intake valves aren't getting cleaned with the injectors. So that's definitely something I recommend there, using the products I've recommended about a minute ago on the video. Alright, I'm on back to the house, and this is what I wanted to double check, make sure this didn't fall off, as the cleaner kind of lubricated it, and I thought it might pop off because it doesn't have a clamp on it there. But all looks good here. Guys, I sure do hope this video helps. I will link the products below that I recommend, and they are an Amazon affiliate link, so I'll get a small commission on each one that you buy through the link. So, alright, have yourselves a great day. Enjoy. Good luck to you, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.